luckily, I had videotaped one of our various little clippets and scenes from one of our recording sessions, and his sense of humor was unbelievable. You know, we would get going on something and making noises and sounds and singing, and they'd say, "All right, fellas, now look, we only got the studio for 2 more hours. Let's can we get at it?" But that was Hal, you know, and so as I say, he'd start doing his horse whinnies or his various things that he could do. But his when they used to audition for Santa Claus, and my agent would call, and I said, "There's no point in calling me. You got the resident Hollywood Santa Claus in Hal Smith. Nobody can top him," because he was. I mean, the jovial, happy, that character that he played on Andy Griffith, you know, that was basically him without the drinking.
Yes.
Like,
do you have a favorite memory of Hal during your career working
with him?
Yeah.
Well, not one specific memory. I think basically he is the memory.
Okay.
Just knowing him and his personality. If you were down, you know, like when my wife passed away, and you go into work, because I went in and recorded, you know, like a week later or so. But he had just a certain warmth that some people have. You know, it's somewhat rare that he can bring you up and really mean it. You know, so I think my main memory is just having known him all those years.
Okay.
Have to record over on the near Riverside, way over there, about 60 miles from where I live, and from where Hal lived. And that was the recording studio. And so we would get there early, and there was a Denny's up at the top of the off-ramp of the freeway. So we would meet there like a half hour to an hour, because we leave like 6 o'clock in the morning to beat the traffic. It's over near where they hold the Los Angeles Fair, near Fairplex, over that way.
Okay.
And so I'd meet him, but people would walk up to the table and say, "Didn't I see you on the Andy Griffith Show?" Yeah, weren't you on the, you know, and
no one recognized you, really.
Yeah, not generally, because everything I've played has been mainly, I played Mark Twain for Disney, so I look like Mark Twain. Okay. And I did Douglas MacArthur in War and Remembrance. I played Harry Truman. And then on all the Westerns, on Big Valley, Wild West, Mission Impossible, Bonanza, wow. I was always characters, you know, sheriffs and gunslingers and on Wild Wild West, you usually were like a fake priest or something. So not many people would recognize me, you know, because I did very few things that were straight.
Yeah.
But Hal, of course, his face was, and then he did a show for years called The Pancake Man.
Oh, yes, yeah.
You know about that?
Yeah, can you tell me about that?
Well, it was just another kid show that he hosted, the cartoons and stuff. Like when I was on one station, you know, each station had their own various kid show hosts in those days. And you had Skipper Frank, Engineer Bill. Remember little Billy Barty? I remember him. He had his own show for a long time. So Hal had a show hosting the...
I've never seen it, but I wish I could.
Yeah.
Can't find it anywhere.
Oh. And no, we never, as I say... But, of course, when we did breakfast, you're sitting in the booth and laughing, and that draws attention, and doing voices and kidding back and forth. And so that would draw people to him also. And he was always, none of this, well, can't you see I'm eating? Like some of these actors do.
Yeah.
No, he would always stop, sign autographs, talk to the kids, especially kids.
Yeah.
You know, he would really pay a lot of attention to children, because they remembered Otis.
Yep.
Yeah, a friend of mine, he named his dog Pug. I have a pug also. I've worked with Alan Young so much on the same show, on Focus on the Family.
Yeah.
But my dog is Wilbur, and my friend's dog is Otis, named after Hal.
Yeah.
John Whitaker.
Whitaker, okay.
And I played Tom, his close friend and sidekick, and then I played another slightly adversary kind of guy called Bart.
Bart.
Yeah, but so Hal brought his personal character into that so much, the warmth and the believability, because this, it got to be where we weren't just play acting. We kind of started living the roles as we played them.
Okay, yeah.
And there was one scene after his wife passed away, and it was very shortly. I mean, it was like 4 to 6 weeks or so after she died. And there's a scene where Hal is on the verge of dying, and he's in the hospital. And they came to him, and they said, well, Hal, do you think you would be able to do this? Because he was still, pretty emotional.
Yeah, he loved his wife. He used to talk about his wife all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess she was in a home for a while, and then she passed away.
Mm-hmm.
He used to visit her almost every day, I guess.
Yes, he did.
What he told me.
So, anyway, he's in the hospital, and I had this scene with trying to bring him back because he wanted the whole idea of the scene. Strangely enough, the storyline paralleled his life. His wife had died, and he wanted to go join her. And he was so far gone, almost, dying, seeing the light, and he was crossing over, as they say now.
Yes.
And so it was up to me in this scene to bring him back. And Hal and I talked about it, and we said, well, let's not rehearse it. Let's not read it. We read it to ourselves, but sometimes the first time is the best time.
Yes.
So usually we would read through a scene. We never rehearsed these very much. We always did them pretty close to live, live on tape. But so we said, let's just do it. So anyway, then I'm sitting next to the bed, and I had this scene that we did in one take, a page long, trying to bring him back. And he got through it somehow, very emotionally, as he started to come out of the coma. So it's a great tribute to him to be able to do this so close to the actuality
yes.
of his own life.
That's a great story. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.